Yo, welcome back to another episode. What does it go? It's your boy Dre Samp, and welcome back to another episode. What did I call this show? Oh, it's your boy Dre Samp, and welcome back to another episode of Raw Thoughts, the only show on YouTube that no one watches. Hey, there's the tagline. Yo, check out my body. I've been working out a little bit. Little bit. I don't know, I'm not even 170 right now. Been rollerblading more. It's been pretty fun. Like, I hit top speed. I had to be going like 20 miles something out. It's hard to judge how fast you're going, but I've been going on the 606. I've got a nice little path routes that I take. Fucking fun, man. I'm thinking I had to delete some old space off my phone just because I knew I was going to do this, and I barely have any more space on my phone. Put some water in this coffee and it doesn't taste as good. Should have just taken it black. That's what she said. But what do I want to talk about? Yeah, I just saw a video that I screen recorded when I was talking to my abuela, and my mom started calling me a piece of shit and how I'm full of shit, and I just started cussing her out, and it made me feel not the best. And it just made me think about how they're texting. It's Sunday right now, the 12th, July 12th, and they're texting like, "Oh, it's just church. Go look at the church thing. Go to the church. Watch the web service at church." I don't want to. My thing is with religion, I feel like I never just picked it. I was indoctrinated, brainwashed. I was told what to believe. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying religion is wrong, Christianity is wrong. But I am saying I'd like to think for myself. I am saying I would like to go decide I want to go to church. Not you tell me to go to church. What? And I know they're trying to do what they think is best. But what these people need to realize is that they've raised me, and I'm raised now as an adult. So they need to let me make my choices and, if need be, make my own mistakes. If they want to do anything, pray for me. Like I pray for them to get off my fucking back. Another thing is, I think Christianity is valid, but I think Catholicism is valid, and Buddhism is valid, and Hinduism, and all these other religions. I've talked about this before. But religion is just humans trying to make sense of their purpose here on life. And if you look at all the religions, it boils down to the same thing. Be good to people, be kind. And the thought of the afterlife is just an idea, a concept. I'm not saying it doesn't exist or whatever, but it is, we can all agree that it's a reassuring notion to think that after life, there's some place good that we can go if we were good on earth. Now, do you remember life before you started, before you became a being? No. Will you remember life after you cease to be a being? Who knows? No one really knows. Faith, right? They talk about faith. So I get agnostic or something, but I don't want to define myself. That's the thing. And I'm not saying it's bad to go to church. It's not. But I do think it's bad to say, well, if you don't go to church, and if you don't go to my church, the church that I believe in, then you are going to hell. And you can tell the Hindus and the Islamics that, oh, well, you are going to hell because you don't believe in Christianity. When you realize the place you're born almost assuredly defines, your culture defines the religion that you will be, the upbringing that you will have. Why don't we give all the kids in school, why instead of trying to indoctrinate them into Jewish school or things like that, why don't we give them like, hey, here are all the religions, here's an unbiased view of all of the religions, you can pick what you want to believe. But no, we don't do that. We take them to church and they think we're doing the best, they think they're doing the best thing, but I don't know. And that's not to say I won't end up being Christian. I'm sure I'll pray to God on my deathbed, right? But also to say a Hinduist is wrong because they live in India and that is their culture. And for me to go, well, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You need to be Christian if you want to go to heaven. Why isn't Hinduism their thing? Why, if I was born in India, that they believe they're right as much as we believe? They pray 5 times a day. Bitch, you go to church once a week. Who's more religious? That's not I didn't even want to talk about any of that, but I saw a video of my mom and she made me mad, but I need to cool off on that and just kind of relax. I've been in isolation. This is why this is why I brought up the thing. I've been in isolation for a couple months without there's been Sydney and Drew, and I've gone out to the house a couple times, and there's a 4th of July party, and that was very fun. I've gone over like 2 or 3 times, and they've all been very fun times. But besides that, there's been Ashley at the park. There was a guy that I yelled at on the crosswalk, and we got into a yelling match, but he came and apologized, and I felt like an asshole. And I wrote about that. And just passing by, with Liz, the mean, crabby old bitchy lady that I say that because that's how she treated me when me and my dad were first moving up the couch in my house back in 2015 in August. Said, how long? You guys make a lot of noise. How long are you guys going to take? That's the very first thing she said to me. She thought we were movers. Or something, I don't know. I remember looking over at my dad thinking, what did I just, where did I just pick to live? But that lady, 5 years later, invited me into her house and I'm having dinner. And her husband's cooking dinner and we're drinking mojitos in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Life's kind of crazy like that. But for the most part, I've been by myself. With Giano. And it's been a peculiar feeling. Deep bouts of loneliness, depression, trauma. Not just because of quarantine, but also because of just racial tensions and stoked by leadership and, I hate saying this word, but fake news. Just misinformation on social media, dividing us. Just had a lot of time to think. Been thinking about what I want to do with my life. What's my 5-year plan? What do you want to be when you're 30? Do you want to be a managing consultant, blah, 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 at Accenture, making $200,000 a year in comfort, working from home? Doesn't sound the worst now that I say it out loud. What do you want to achieve, bro? What do you want to do with your life? Oh, I'm already at 10 minutes. All right, well. Thought about what I've accomplished this year, because I'm almost nearing my birthday. I remember going to my dad's house, my parents' house last year. Surprised my dad for his birthday. I was talking to Jana. I was hooking up with Jana, and I think about Jana a lot now. That was the last girl that I was intimate with. I kissed, what's her name, Jess? That girl from the Onion Workshop. Should have dated her, but I was just being a little stubborn bitch. So I make mistakes too. I'm not gonna say that I don't. I regret them. And then there's Ashley, but that was months later. And I think, what did I accomplish in 2020? during my birthday year, from my year of 26. I got a national commercial, booked a national commercial, recorded it, I'm getting paid. I still have to cash a check when they keep on coming in, which is interesting because it's something that I wrote down that I wanted as a goal, and then Dave Beeson, when I was trying to get into voice acting, and I'm still not against it. I've got my little recording booth right here. But he's like, that's not a goal because you can't control that, right? That's a dream. That's a dream that you can definitely have. But that's not a goal. You have no control over whether you get book a commercial audition, a national commercial. It's like you can control going to acting classes, and you can control taking more student film projects and getting more experience. You can't, or not even, you can't control that. You can control submitting to them, right? And it's perspective, right? But I did end up getting that. So it's crazy to think every single thing that I write down that I want, I manifest, bro. I manifest. I want Bob Curry. I got Bob Curry. That was last year. Wanted a dog, got a dog. Yeah, manifest a lot. But now I'm starting to think maybe I've set my heights too low. My perspective is not broad enough. What do I want to achieve? What do I want to do with my life? National commercial, 100K on TikTok, started a YouTube, 334 subscribers right now. What do I want to do? And I wanted to leave, I wanted to be done with this and leave and go try something else, but comfort, security, it's lulling. It keeps you under its thumb in the system, working for the man. But also I do think this year I pivoted. I think comedy, I do want to be a comedian, a comic, but that's not the only thing I want to be. I want to be a speaker, a teacher, a mentor, a leader, a creative, an influencer, but not just on social media, but actually change people's lives, inspire people, educate people. And I look at this house that I've been in for 5 years, and I've developed from a young man, post-college, into hopefully a young adult, if there is a difference. Because I'm unhappy. I'm not unhappy, I've said this metaphor before, but I feel like I'm treading water. I feel like the first couple of years I got here, 2016, 2017, I was swimming forward, up current, making progress, getting stronger. And now I feel stagnant to a certain degree. And I want to switch up my location. I want to switch up my job. I want to focus on me. Again, I'm not making any money elsewhere. And if I want to make money online, I can start doing that today. Or nothing's stopping me from getting started on doing that today. I don't know how easy it is to make money like that, but I should look into that. Drop shipping or reselling or becoming an Amazon arbitrage or affiliate marketing, something. Gotta get from out under the system. But for right now, quarantine is still in full effect. Rising 1%. Read yesterday 1% of the population in America has coronavirus, so it's probably more. So for right now, until things can really change, maybe just be grateful that you have security and you have your own place. But the whole reason why, and I'm at 15 minutes now, the whole reason why I wanted to talk today is because feeling lonely, blah, blah, blah. Yesterday I'm going on a walk with Giano, listening to finished an audiobook. It's talking about like the finiteness of life and how it's so vast and how it's so fleeting and how everything, we're just a drop in the ocean, in the vast expanse of the universe, and how really everything that we do doesn't really matter, and how millions and billions of people have lived and died and they are unknown. And while that can be a scary thought, it should also be a freeing thought to think that the limitations that we put on ourselves don't really exist. I was thinking about that, and I'm listening to Lay Your Head on My Pillow by Tony. I'm walking back, shirt off, walking back, glazing over in the sun. It's around 4:30. And I turn the corner. I'm not wearing my glasses, I'm wearing sunglasses, shirt off, shorts. And there's a girl there, blonde girl, around my age, from what I can make out, no contact. And I immediately pop out my headphones because I'm like, oh, okay, let's see. She's got a dog, she's walking her dog. I say, what kind of dog is that? She's like a mini schnauzer. Oh, okay, cool. Then Giano's off, he's on leash, but I'm not holding the leash, and he kind of gets wrapped around her dog, and so she repositions, and she's got like yoga pants and a fat ass, bro. Blonde. She's got pigtails or something. She's got this feminine voice, and it's so comforting and friendly. That wasn't it, but that was my impression of it. And I say, is it a boy? I say, yeah. Take a couple more moments. And then, afraid of being awkwardly rejected, or her being like, oh, okay, we'll see ya. I beat her to the punch. I say, all right, well, nice talking to you, bye. And as I walked away, I thought, she was cute. And she was my age, she was my type. I haven't been with a blonde yet. I'm open to it. And every step I took away from her, I was like, what? Why am I walking away? Why am I afraid? Why didn't I introduce myself? Why didn't I try to get to know her? And I had all these weasels as like, oh, she probably has a boyfriend, or she probably doesn't want to talk to anyone because of coronavirus, or blah, 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 blah. And I had all these excuses as to why I wasn't good enough to even attempt to talk to her. And I got home, and I felt this disgusting feeling in my chest. No, it was like a sadness. It was a pit. And I almost started to cry. I did tear up a little bit just because complete loneliness. And I'm still lonely. And there was an opportunity to potentially not be lonely. And I ran away from it in fear. And if I had just said something, anything, who knows? Maybe I would be setting up a date right now. Maybe I would be excited. It's just months of loneliness. And I hate that feeling of regret, of not knowing, of not trying. Staying with a safe, comfortable job instead of betting on yourself. And also the perspective. Oh, you gotta get a good job, blah, 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 blah. At the end of your life on your deathbed, you're not gonna wish you worked harder or worked more. You wish you spent more time with your family and friends and those relationships. And I have been getting better at approaching women and living a life of not of regret, talking to Ashley, even though it didn't work out, but whatever. And there was another girl when I was getting food at Smoke Daddy, and I came out and she was like, oh my gosh, she was so cute, just walking the opposite way. And I convinced myself not to talk to her, and I said, no, fuck that. And I ran 2 blocks and chased her down, and I was completely uncalibrated. And I had her in the beginning. I got her smiling and stuff. But then I just talked my way out of the number. It was okay. But this girl, I didn't even try. I wish she would have told me I have a boyfriend. I wish she would have told me, actually, I don't really know you, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. And I hate that feeling of not knowing. I hate that feeling of regret. I hate that feeling of playing it safe and what could have been. What do you want to do with your life, bro? What do you want to achieve? people who play it safe don't really amount to much. They might live a comfortable life, but comfort kills creativity. Comfort kills success. Comfort kills ambition. Comfort kills ambition. And I've been 7 days no fap. I've been waking up. I've been drinking water and brushing my teeth and meditating. I did that today, reading a chapter of my book. Just finished a book. I'm feeling better about my habits. But today I was just woke up and I did all that, but I was just so frustrated. And just, again, that pang of regret and that regret. I don't even remember this woman's face, but just a missed opportunity I fucking hate. Fucking hate it, bro. I just pulled open an app and took off my pants and just went. I didn't finish the job, but I felt that festering, those dopamine hits were coming, and after like an hour, I turned it off, but so you've got to be happy here. You can't see what I'm pointing to. I'm pointing to my chest. And happy here. You can't be looking for validation from other people, from external sources. You got to be giving yourself the dopamine, working out, meditating, practicing self-love, self-discipline. Self-discipline is self-love. Then those people will come into your life. But I was just disappointed in myself. And it's been a while since I've had regret, or just unknowing regret. Sure, there's things I wish I didn't say, or moments I wish I could take back, but that feeling of you could have done something but you didn't, and now you'll never know what could have been. So I signed up for another year with Accenture, but I'm not. I like the money and the comfort and the people, but I don't like what I'm doing, and I haven't been trying for years. So I need to start buckling down. I need to meet some people, man, because I'm way too lonely as it is. Also, like 7 days no fap, and I'm going through this. My sexuality's all fucked up. It's my last time I tried to have sex. I just got in my head, and I had like performance anxiety, and my heart was pounding. But also the girl, the Mexican chick, I don't even remember her name. I didn't trust her, and we were about to fuck raw. It didn't feel right. Plus, I've been jacking off too much. I don't know what the point is or what I'm trying to get to. This is one of the better Raw Thoughts episodes. Yeah, that's just what I was thinking about today. So what can I do? One, stay the course. Stay in discipline. I've been working out every day, doing little mini workouts. Continue to do that. Continue to drink water. Continue to keep on reading. Continue to keep on meditating. I'm going to start putting myself out there more. Maybe I'll wear contacts. I want to go for walks and take out my earbuds and just be more open and receptive. But it's 4 months, 5 months, way too lonely, and I've been using quarantine as an excuse why I can't meet anyone or talk to anyone. And also I thought about leaving, going back home. I don't know. Feels good to talk. Feels good to get this off my chest. I wrote about it, but it feels good to talk about it too. I was calling that dude every day on FaceTime. He would mostly, return my calls, but I haven't been calling him, and the fucker no one's reaching out. Well, barely anyone's reaching out. I just feel kind of really alone. But the thing is, I don't really feel sad about it. I do feel lonely, and I have been using this time productively. But I guess I just want more meaningful relationships in my life. I'm trying to go out and meet someone today. We'll see. But you can't be looking for that external validation. You gotta be happy here. All right, that's enough for today. I gotta go take a shit. Dropping profound knowledge bombs and then end it off like that. 25 minutes, wow. All right. I love you, Dre. And I love you, whoever's watching this later. Maybe future Dre. Or if you're not Dre or a friend of mine, how the fuck did you find this? Don't share it with anyone. These are some real deep private thoughts. All right, I'm out of here. Peace. Thanks for listening.